Welcome back to the channel. Today it's yet another 2026 iX. This is the xDrive45, in other words the base version for the US market, at least that's new for the US market. It's finished in Tanzanite Blue, another new color for the car. And let's go over what we have in front of us. So, beginning with the headlights. So single headlight now. All right, so the daytime running lights are basically forward slashes and back slashes depending on which side of the vehicle you're looking at. To get the cornering light, you do have to get the executive package. You can see this one does not have it. Moving to the grille, it is illuminated, the iconic glow kidney grille, part of the premium package or executive package. You can see parking assistance camera there in the middle. The sensors for Driving Assistance Pro are hidden behind the grille. And of course, grille slats, if you want to call them that, are diagonal. So first appearing probably on the X-ray, at least part of it. Other thing to note, no longer any BMW blue around the roundel here. So moving to the side, we got the standard wheels, 20-inch wheels, which on the xDrive45 EPA estimated range of about 312 miles. Of course, you can do better or worse depending on how you drive. So these are style 1002 wheels. Could we get better looking wheels to go with Tanzanite Blue? Of course. But these are the standard wheels that give you the most range. Here's Tanzanite Blue in sunlight. Very lovely color on the iX. So does this replace Phytonic? Perhaps it is, of course, a premium color. All right, so out back, we have iX badging and xDrive45 badging. Got the taillights very slim. And then down below, your faux diffuser. There's that rear 3/4 view. All right, make way around the car, get inside, go over pricing and options on this. This one's gonna be pretty well equipped. It has a lot of things on here that make it close to the xDrive60. And I think I said before, is $8,000 difference. It's actually $13,000. So also of note, bumper is the sport package standard on the vehicle. And instead of having the basically intakes in black, they now are in body color. All right, so opening up, we have the Oyster Sensitech, and it should be something like Sensifin or Vaganza, but whatever it was, BMW dropped the ball there in my opinion. Of course, Oyster looks really good against Tanzanite Blue. You also have Mocha as your choice, or black. We have a black one that just arrived. Door card, you can see this is Sensitech. We have multifunction seats, part of a standalone option now, no longer part of the premium package. Trim here is titanium bronze. More Sensitech here. And moving to the seats, these are very similar to what was on the pre-LCI version of the iX. Some slight redesign here, I think, with that little plastic thing in the head restraint. Decently bolstered. It could be better. Thigh bolsters, not much to speak of. I think Horatio at BMW Blog did note that the seats are a little bit more angled rather than having that sofa effect. There's nothing on the door sill here. All right, your standard steering wheel in the iX, a hexagonal shape, and it works really well with iDrive 8.5. Controls over here for assisted driving and cruise control. And iDrive 8.5 live cockpit. There's a head-up display, part of the premium or exec package. The rest of the curved display here. And upper dashboard feels like Sensitech in black. More of the trim here. Again, really minimalistic in design. And then you got your floating console here. You got your drive selector knob, iDrive controller knob, and wheel for the volume. And this is a phone holder. There's also a phone holder here on the passenger door. Then you do have some cup holders here, USB-C charging port, and wireless charging tray down there. All right, starting price, the 2026 iX xDrive40 is $75,150. Tanzanite Blue is a premium paint, that's $1950. Sensitech is included. Basically anything that's, there are two leathers available that are pricier. So Driving Assistance Pro for another $25.50. That does include Parking Assistance Pro. Premium package for $1,850. Climate comfort package for $1,800. They get you the front ventilated seats, radiant heating, and 4-zone climate control. Multifunction seats for $1,600. Panoramic eclipsing moonroof or roof is $2,600. Again, that is optional on the 45 standard, on the 60 and above. Then we got luggage compartment mats, wheel locks, all other floor mats, floating hookups, all told MSRP, this particular example, $89,295. All right, hop the back seat real quick. All right, so no comfort access on the rear doors because ultra wideband technology. Here's more of that Oyster Sensitech, that panoramic glass panel. All right, here's a view of the cockpit for the back seat. Then out back, you have vents and then the climate control zones for the rear passengers. That is part of the climate comfort package on the 45 standard, on the 60 and above. Knee room, leg room, really good in the back of the iX. The same can be said about headroom. Also, back of each of the front seats, USB-C charging port and travel and comfort system. All right, move to the back where we can use our cake to open feature. That pops up. Here is your cargo area. So it's a pretty decent size. I think smaller than the X5, but still pretty good. You have a little extra storage space down below, and that is your flexible fast charger 2.0 with NEMA 1450 adapter, as well as a household outlet. These are kick to close. And battery size, a little over 101 kilowatt hours of capacity. You do get 2 years of free charging, or 1,000 kilowatt hours, whichever comes first, through Electrify America. Horsepower 402, torque 516 torques, so pretty powerful car. Horsepower is down against the xDrive60, but torque isn't too far off. So does this make sense for you if you're looking for an iX? Depends on what you want on the car, right? So you can go fully optioned roughly, and you're approaching the base price of the xDrive60. But that choice is going to be up to you. But that's it for a quick look at another iX, another new color, Tanzanite Blue. We'll see you at the next video.